Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Landon, and we are here again today for the day we've been waiting for, people. Okay, so if you have not watched my channel yet, I went over Agust D. I guess I've been saying Agust D. I don't know which one it is. I'm probably gonna end up saying both during this, but we went over Suga's first mixtape because we had to get caught up to listen to the brand new one that just came out of nowhere, but kind of didn't come out of nowhere because it was a countdown, but whatever. It's okay. So for the last 2 days, I went through, listened to the whole first album, as well as watching music videos, all of that. Got a good-ish night's sleep last night, but I'm here to listen to the new one, bitch. I'm not ready. Are y'all ready? Are y'all heard it already? Y'all heard it already? So this is really just me living in my own world of not have heard it yet. Land. Mark. So, Suga put out D-2 with 10 brand new songs, bitch. The one thing that I noticed on here first is that RM is featured in a song. So we got one of the boys on here this time, which makes me excited. I am gonna do my best because I know that these lyrics are not maybe 100% perfected yet, but I did find pretty much color-coded videos to watch. And then when we go over them, I'll have Dulcet pulled up. It looks like Dulcet has them all loaded up already. I know that you guys have been sending me so many recommendations about where to look at them and stuff, but I'm gonna trust my handy-dandy ones and y'all just let me know if they got anything wrong. Because they haven't let me down so far, except for things that I keep looking over apparently, like what mouth technology was. I just kind of glazed over that in the last album, but whatever. So with that being said, I'm also going to try to show y'all the color-coded lyrics so y'all can at least see what I'm saying, because last video I did watch the color-coded lyrics, but I just didn't put them on the screen all the time. I will do that this time though, so y'all can kind of see what I'm doing. That way if the lyrics don't match up in the regular and the Dulcet one, y'all can see what my confusion comes from. It's really starting to hit me about what's happening. This is current Suga. This is Suga right now in today's time in his own mixtape. So the first song on the album is called Moonlight. I have found the color-coded lyrics and I'm ready. Let's do this. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Just breathe, act normal, Landon. Don't make a scene this time. Don't get crazy, okay? Be normal.
Okay, yo, 시작은 초라했지 됐고 그래 남산동 지하에서 이제는 펜트하우스 한 남자여 하늘 안에 그런 거 있어 가끔씩 쉽게 원망해 왜 이런 삶을 살게 한지.
Like we are 59 seconds in, we are a minute in basically, y'all. I am
not handling it well.
I am not doing okay. So he says in the beginning, yeah, okay. 3 years have passed, Agust D. Honestly, I don't know how many songs to put in it. Fuck it, I'm just doing it. And like, I'm like, oh. Me just listening to his previous one, I'm like, okay, I just was talking about how excited I am to see him in like live action now. And like, it's just still the same Agust D coming back and saying, let's do it. He says, the beginning was small, Daegu, yeah, from a basement in Namsangdong. And there's a note here that says, he started his music career in a studio in a basement of a building in Namsangdong, Daegu. So we knew this. Suga kind of just started in the bottom, and now he's here. The basement life was where he was dwelling, but now he is above it all, flying private. You guys got me last time because I said that he was flying first class, and y'all were like, no. No bit. Private. Then it says, to a penthouse in Hannam the Hill now, a Peter Pan who still can't wake up from his dream. Side note, during the press conference in the 2017 BTS Live Trilogy Episode 3, The Wings Tour, the final, Bang PD said, Suga once said, I don't want to be a grown-up. He said that if one does not lose his dream and devotes himself to achieve it, he is not an adult, but a boy. I think his words describe BTS in a nutshell. They are also what inspired me when planning the album, Those Beautiful Moments in Life, which I haven't heard yet, but okay, so I heard Peter Pan in there too. I get it. We're getting older, Shugs. We are around the same age, and it's like, you're not ready to really accept that, like, it's time. And I get what you're saying too, because it's like, I just don't want to give up, because I feel like once you give up your dream, that's when you become an adult. I feel that same wavelength. He says, in my head, the reality fights me with the ideal tirelessly. My biggest enemy is the anger inside of me. The more dreadful is the battle with the laziness inside of me. Sometimes I resent God asking why he made me live a life like this. What am I doing? And if I love music at all, which that's why I had to stop, because I'm like, what do you mean if you love music at all? I get it. You're so good at it. And sometimes you may be good at something and people may perceive it like, how could you not love it? But You're just so good at it. I just want you to love what you do, though. You know, like, it's just this weird complex. But I get it. He is where he needs to be, but I get it from, like, a different perspective. And I can't handle how he's just talking to me. Straight to my face. All in my face. I did not even pay attention to the lyrics. Suga was singing. I can handle it. Mind blown. He says, sometimes I ask myself again if it's possible to go back. Will you go back? Well, I'll have to think more about that. One moment I feel like I've easily earned what I have, and the next moment I'm compensated for the hard works I've done. But I'm still hungry. Would this be karma? The emptiness that I feel after flying high, although it's been more than 10 years since I started in Nam Sang Dong, it's the same that my head is a mess. That I get exact. So this is basically him saying that success doesn't always bring that happiness. He's like, we made it here. This is the life I chose. Now I'm stressing myself out so much, but I still feel this emptiness inside, and I still feel this sadness and anger and laziness. That's something that I can't get rid of, even when I've made it to the point 10 years later. It's really hard to take that in, because it's like you always think that the people that have made it, like all the boys in BTS and every famous person is so happy and so excited to be where they're at. And that's the case always, which this is why I love these solo projects, because they really tell you the truth. This is like them vomiting their truth. He says in the chorus, that moonlight that shines on me at dawn, it's still the same as then. A lot changed in my life, but that moonlight is still the same. So he's saying the moon still rises every single day. It's the same moon that comes up and blesses my face with that lunar light. And still, a lot has changed, but it's still that same moonlight. And I wonder if he's comparing the moonlight to the sadness, because like moonlight tends to be associated with darkness versus like a sun. That's what I'm getting from it. He says the moonlight that shines on me at dawn, it's still the same as then. Changes are fated to happen to everyone. Perhaps how we change is what our undertaking is about. So it's like, it depends on how you choose to change to see where you will end up. But whew, I'm loving this so far.
어떨 땐 고기 미친 듯이 나오다가 다시 막힐 때는 한없이 또 막힌 First two 진짜 안 나오네 진짜도 영어는 존재하지 않게 지금 뭣도 불멸의 주제는 존하게 부담스럽고 그냥 Yes 그냥 달려야지 뭐 어쩌겠어
Okay, so we need to talk about the lyrics here. First off, I just want to say it's crazy because this first song came in sounding very reminiscent, very nostalgic, very just like telling a story. The last one came in with that crazy, intense beat where it just like started it off, and I'm wondering if that's like sets the mood for the what's about to come now. He says, sometimes I feel like I'm a genius, sometimes I feel like I have no talent. Sometimes songs write themselves like crazy, but then when I'm stuck like there's no way out. Yeah, right now. I wrote verse 1 fast, but can't make verse 2 no matter how hard I rack my brain. It probably would be the same for life, all or nothing. There's no parallel anyway, it's a matter of choice. So he's kind of comparing life to writing the second verse. You never know what's going to come next, and sometimes that next step is so hard. Sometimes it can be so easy, but you never really know what's going to happen. And I like that analogy. He says, there would be no eternity for anything. Being called immortal overwhelming. I started because I just like music, but the adjectives they attach to my name feel too much sometimes. So it's me. I'm doing it right now where I'm like saying like, you're a lyrical genius, don't ever stop, don't ever do that. And like, we don't ever think that the things that we say could affect them, even though the things that we say are positive. And that makes me think, you know, like, should I be saying this kind of stuff? It is just put more pressure. And I know that people need the validation too. So it's like, there's probably a fine line. You can walk. What can I do? I should just keep running. What can I do? I should just keep hold of things that I'm grasping. What can I do? I should pay back what I've received. If you think you're going to crash, accelerate even harder, you idiot. So he's like, literally, you're doing this to me. Like, I've been thinking I'm gonna crash with all these album reviews I'm doing back to back to back to back, but I'm keep going harder, idiot, for you, Shugs. Like, you did this to me too, and you're paying it back. You understand that this is all full circle, what you've done to me. And the chorus is gonna happen again, so let's listen to beautiful Suga's little singing voice, my God. Why was nobody gonna warn me about that? Y'all bitches. Oh, and that's it. I loved it. That was #1 Moonlight. Okay. I loved how he opened it with this one. It was definitely him saying all of the fame has actually made it more complicated than it seems to people. And this is my time to tell my story and my feelings without seeming like I'm being ungrateful for what I have, you know? Alright, so the next song on the album is called Daechwita? Sorry. I'm gonna do my best. But this one is the one that has a music video. I'm not gonna watch a music video yet. I think I'm gonna do what I did last time and just kind of make it its own video because I can't handle it all at once, people. I can't take in the lyrics and watch the video and all of that and really, really, really enjoy it. So this is like the single that came out, so I'm so excited to see what he decided to like create visuals for. I think I'm nervous. Daechwita literally means great blowing and hitting. Is a genre of Korean traditional music consisting of military music played by wind and percussion instruments generally performed while marching. The track contains sample from Daechwita by National Guguk Center. The center also has video clips. Okay, so it's actually like a traditional marching song type feel. I don't know if I'm ready for these lyrics. I'm not.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Oh.
I think that it brought tears to my eyes. I was just so impressed with Suga's ability to create beats and find these sounds that are not traditional, and you put them all together. Bitch. Then when the bass started, I was like, damn, he found a way to turn this into a hood-ass beat. Like, I'm ready for this. And then he started singing, and that bagpipe in the background. How he did this? How did he do this? How is this? I don't think I'm ready for a visual from this. Thank God I did not start with that because I do see how everybody completely died when they heard that bass come in and started hearing him singing. I can imagine the collective army dropping at literally 43 seconds into the video. You know what I'm saying? Like they all just... And I don't blame them. Like, I think it literally made me cry just from the bass. And I can't handle this. Let's keep going. I think I should. We shall march on. Daechwita. March. No, he did not. I am deceased. Call an ambulance. So he says in the very first line that literally got me going. In the dual set version, it's a little different. It says, Daechwita, hey, play it loud. It shines, shines, my crown shines. But in the video, it says, glitter, glitter, my crown glitters. Imagine in the video him just being like, ugh, my crown glitters and glitters. Walking into a building and it's like shining on him like Edward, okay, from Twilight getting that shine. I can't. The lyrics continue and say, don't forget the old days. We so fly on a chartered airplane, we so fly, being like, private. He says, born a slave, raised to a king, a tiger who's gone crazy, Gwangi Flow. So it says Gwangi Gun was the 15th king of Joseon Dynasty. He was deposed and not restored and given the temple name. The born a slave, risen to a king line is based on a fictional plot from a 2012 masquerade, where the king finds a double in order to avoid the constant threat of assassination. The music video also seems to be inspired by the movie. Okay, so that's where I'm glad I don't even know that reference, so I can't even picture it really, but interesting. He says, rags to riches, that's exactly the way I live. I'm sorry, but don't worry about me. I have lots to lose. I trap the past in a rice chest. Note, the above line references to the story Crown Prince Sado, who died of starvation by being confined in a rice chest, which was ordered by his father. Like, damn, Dad, in a rice chest? Like... Suga's like, listen, I trapped the past in a rice chest, so he's putting his boogeymen, his demons, his past. He's trapping it like a daddy. And I'll take mine and eat them all. Calling me a dog, it doesn't make sense. I was born a tiger. I'm not weak like you, at least. So the tiger thing is back again from the first album. He says, and give it to me. Born a tiger, I can't live like a dog. Double entendre, can be weak or to do drugs. So he's like, I'm not gonna be like one of you bitches. A talent show of petty little shits. Honestly, I find it ludicrous ludicrous. I kill you all, no courtesy. You bastard, yeah, you, no exception. He's literally talking to Army, me specifically, probably right now. He's like, bitch, I told you I was gonna kill you. Like, you don't get an exception. We're blowing everybody out of the water and out of the dirt right now. This is Avatar, bitch. Get the air, get the water, bitch, fire out my mouth. Like, do you understand me? He says flexing, I don't do it, I don't need it, and he don't. So you don't be wearing like all these crazy chains and being like having money in his pictures and talking to money phones and stuff. No, that's not him. Who's the king, who's the boss? Everybody knows my name. These bastards who are all talk cut his head off immediately. The above line is something you'd hear in historical dramas when executing someone as shown in the music video. I haven't seen it. He didn't have to do this to us. He did not have to go this f***ing hard on a song. The audacity of this bitch to do this. Knowing we are trapped inside of our houses and we can't go burn down buildings in excitement. We have to keep all of that rage and anger we're building up from the song inside of our confined homes, which could be dangerous. Show it. He says, after making a good haul, I fly on a chartered airplane right away. To contain me, this country is still small. Woo! Who said time is money? My time is more expensive. TikTok, you bastards with a stick up your ass. So he says, Seonbi are virtuous classical scholars during the Goryeo and Joseon dynasties. These days, it's used as a slang to describe someone who's always serious, ethically conservative, not fun, and inclined to make more objection about other people's opinions. So these are these like really conservative people that don't like to hear other people's opinions, like not open-minded. He said, I spit in your face. Bitch, in your face, open your mouth, give you what says, holla. Then he says, the revenue is going up, 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 up. Our bang PD dance every day. I don't know what that means. I'm so thankful that I'm a genius. And I was like, yes, you are. He says, doing drug for such a petty excuse. I feel sorry for you. It's just that you have no talent. Just that you have no talent, you stupid bitch. He says, I got everything I wanted. I wonder what else I should have to feel satisfied. The clothes I wanted, and then money and then goal, and then what should come next. Yeah, what would come next? I suddenly realized where I am, the current situation where I have nothing above me. He's like, I made it to the top. Where do we go from here? You know? It says, side note, a wise man time, a slang that describes a mental status for where you have no greed or desire because you realize that the desire is meaningless. Oh, love that. I love how they have a word for that in Korean language. Yes. He says, I, who has only been looking up, now would like to just look down and put my feet on the ground like that. He's like, now that I have found the throne, bitch, I'm sitting and resting my feet on all of you other people. We did it. Since the last mixtape, he was saying that he wanted it, he was gonna get it. It's kind of happening. This is a new Suga here. This is a new we made it Suga, and I'm just like so proud I could cry. He says, I'm a king, I'm a boss, remember my name. Those bastards who are all talk twist his leg immediately. Then he says, I'm a king, I'm a boss, everyone knows my name. Those bastards who are all talk cut his head off immediately. Or what, bitch? Let's finish this one out. Daechwita. Okay, that was intense. I do not think that I could just watch that music video. Like I said, I think that I know why everybody died, because they tried to watch the video and hear that song at the same time. You crazy people, it was like a mission that you were never gonna win. You're gonna go in and you knew that you were gonna lose. I did it right. Just kidding. I'm dead on the inside. But we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna try to keep going with Zaddy here. I'm liking their lyrics. Their translations are very close, but not quite exact. But the next song on the album is number 3. It's called What Do You Think? You know what I think already. You already know. Spaceship. 어떻게 생각하던지 난 미안한데 시발 좀더 관심 없네 미안 좀더 관심 없는 네 인생이여 중요한 것도 네가 망해서 통통을 벗어나지도 못하는 것도 성공인이 실패와 연관이 있다고 생각하다니 착각이 수줍고 비건 적도 기하지 않아 나 flexing 전쟁이 쏟아 허다해 뭔가 하나씩 어떻게 생각해 어떻게 생각해 Pray for the elevate 어떻게 생각해 Yeah 어떻게 생각해 어떻게 생각해 어떻게 생각해 어떻게 생각해 He doesn't have to go this hard. How is all of this coming out of this little bitty body stuck inside a house for quarantine? Okay. I know he probably did a little bit before this, but every song can't be like this. Every song can't be this hype, or I do think I will pass out and suffer a loss of life. I love this song already so much because he's talking about, what do you think? What do you think? I heard Grammys up in there. Let's talk about the lyrics. He says, what do you think? What do you think? Whatever you think, I'm sorry, but I don't care at all. I'm sorry, but I don't care at all about how mediocre your life is, or about the fact that you can't escape the shithole after failing. Think about my success has anything to do with your failure. You're great at being delusional. I'm like, yes, sugar. And let them know. He says, your sense of humor is so-so. You f***ed up at your fault. No. The beep who are listening to the song would get pissed and faint. Who is he saying here? What is this beep for? I need to know the T. I'm confused. He says, there's no going back. I go straight again. I'm global, so fly, huh? I don't necessarily do flexing, but on a chartered plane, so fly. I knew it last time he was talking about he was in business, and now he's talking private. The glow up. We conquer it all one by one like we've been doing all this time. I don't care about little grains of rice stuck. So just like they fell off of me on their own, all of you go f*** yourself. Huh? He is not leaving any prisoners untouched. He wants y'all to know he does not have any games that he wants to play. Please put away the toy box. Turn off the video game console. Suga's done.
Game over.
We went to the chorus again. He says, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think about #1 on the Billboard chart? Next to Grammy. What do you think? Whatever you think, I'm sorry, but I don't care at all. But he does want his Grammy. Don't let him say you don't.
I got a big house, big ring 뭐든지 가져와봐 줄게 내 black car 미디어 혜택을 받은 새끼들 인기돈 자랑들은 뭐 귀엽지 돈 버는 네 급쯤에서 나 아깝지 I don't know 이쯤 되면은 알 필요 없지 아이돌 음악이냐는 말들에는 저도 관심이 없지 마지막 선물이 되겠지만 이것 또한 너희들에게는 사치.
He did not say this is the last gift. No. Okay. Okay, there's probably a lot to digest in this, and I think I'm about to get worried. He says, the 10 zeros in my bank account, it's the money I loaned with my youth as collateral. That line got me. I'm like, you're right. You know, you do have that money, but at what cost? You know, like, we think about people having money, but they did have to give up so much of their youth for that money. He says, I got a big house, big car, big ring. Bring me anything, I'll give you a black card. Like in No More Dream. Big house, big cars, and big rings. And he got him. He said, bring me a black card, bitch. I will pay. Says those bastards who benefited from media appear on TV more than I do. Let little brats bragging about their money. I wonder how much it can possibly be. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, bragging about money looks cute now. He's like, y'all probably don't even got real money. Y'all don't even want to look at my bank account. You would go blind. It'd be like literally, what is it, the Holy Grail looking at it? He says, whoop, whoop. Distributing would be an issue only at your level. Whoop, whoop. We'll go serve in the military when the time comes. That's the part I saw I wasn't ready for. I don't want that. I hope all the bastards who tried to give me a free ride by selling our name shut their mouths up. So let me know a little bit about that drama. I didn't have any description here, but I know that y'all were saying that y'all don't like some people, like some of the old people. What was his name? Supreme or something like that? Is that who he's talking about? He says, I don't know. At this point, I don't have to know. I love that too. About the questions asking if idol music counts as music, I don't care. While this will be my last gift, this as well is a luxury for you. It is higher, even higher, so high that you can't even see me. So what is he saying? He's gonna keep on going higher and then stop giving us things like this? Chuggy, no. Proud of you though. Success is what you make of it. And he's doing pretty freaking well. Let's finish this one out. Okay, so that was #3. What do you think? And guys, what do you think? I don't think I can think anymore. We're gonna just move on like nothing happened, everyone. The next song is #4. Oh god, they're trying to kill me. Okay, #4 is Strange featuring RM. And I don't think my buddy is ready for this. I'm not ready for this. 그 안에 매력감 전쟁이 아니면은 서바이벌을 트위크 보는 불을 창고라고 탐을 시험해 부자는 가난조차 탐욕스럽게 양극한 세상에서 가장 추한 곳 실은 거칠에게 감시된 지 오래고 Okay, alright, we're about a minute in. And I'm loving this already. This seems like a more politically based one. I don't know. It says, isn't it strange is the direct translation of this. So let's see. He says, everything in dust do you see? Well, well, well. Everything in lust. Oh, what do you see? Well, well, well. Someone please tell me if life is pain. Well, well. If there's a God, please tell me if life is happiness. He does a lot of this religious questioning where he does talk about he's asking God for something, but then he'll say that he doesn't believe in any God, but then he'll also say if there is one, like he just kind of hits all those spots. He says a big system that's called the world. They insert conflicts, wars, or survivals. Life you can't reject. Capital injects morphine called hope with a dream as collateral. So literally he's saying like a big system called the world, these wars and stuff like that. I think he's talking about being enlisted in the army, about mandatory choice. Life you can't reject. Capital injects morphine called hope with a dream as collateral, saying like, I feel like they probably do the propaganda system to make it seem like this is the best option for everybody, is like loyalty to the country and stuff like we do over here as well. Wealth creates wealth and tests our greed. The rich get greedy even for poverty. Covidly. Covidiously? I don't know what that means, y'all. In the world, it's only the two, black and white, that exist. In the endless zero-sum game, the end is entertaining to watch. So he's like, in the end, we all go die anyway, bitch. Ugh. Polarization, the ugliest flower in the world. It's been a long while since truth got eaten away by lies. Who would it be that benefits the most? Who would it be that gets harmed the most? So he's like, polarization, there's two different ways that this world is run, by the rich and by the poor, and people get hurt either way. Let's keep going. I think it's about to be the chorus now.
Oh baby, how do you know? I mean, for God's sake, everything's under control. 너 지선 다리 주고 자본이 통제하는 전에 이제는 너도 모든 걸 Oh baby, what's your name? 야극화 이미 활짝 피어버리고 내 모난 구멍에 박혀버린 동그란 몸.
Alright, okay. So the chorus, I guess, says, the one who isn't sick in the world that is sick gets treated as a mutant. Isn't it strange? So the one that doesn't blend in with the norm, doesn't go with the popular norms, is the one that's considered weird. The one who has his eyes open in the world that has his eyes closed, now they make him blind. Isn't it strange? I love it. Ugh, brainwashing the government. I love this conspiracy. No, just kidding. There's a bigger message. We follow blindly instead of leading our own paths, because that's what we think we're supposed to do, like going to college, doing this, getting a job, getting a home, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm trying to defy that, but I want you to know the anxieties of me not following in the path of all my other peers has gotten me. It's different, but it's scary. Really scary. So it says, the one who wants peace, the one who wants a fight, each taking each end of the ideology. Isn't it strange? They say, have a dream when no one has a dream. There's no correct answers. Isn't it strange? So then RM comes in and says, you think you got taste? Oh babe, how do you know? I mean, for God's sake, everything's under control. You know, he's kind of saying, And our preferences are controlled by the capital. People talk. My feed explains me. Like his social media feed is what I'm guessing. However much money one has, everyone is still a slave for the system. People are busy boasting about their dog collars and dog houses, fighting all day about whose shines. At this point, even you would know. Oh baby, what's your name? Polarization of flower that is already in full bloom. A round nail that has been hammered into a square hole. But still life goes on somehow, just like this. Everyone in their own chicken coop says they're okay. And so I love how he says people bragging about their dog collars and things like that, worried about who's the shiniest, and he says everyone is the slave no matter how much money they have in their account, which I love too. There's a note here that says the next verse by RM is parallel with an earlier verse by Agust D. They show different attitudes towards the same problems. So, oh no, I guess like the chorus variation. So let's go ahead and listen to RM's. This is fire. Okay, so that was number 4, Strange, featuring RM. Oh my god. I love them two together. I love how they always parallel each other. I always feel like they're like the dark evil, dark devil and the bright angel on the shoulders, you know what I mean? Like, they do so well at paralleling each other like that. Such a good song. Such great meaning, and I love how they're fighting for people to just wake up. Realize they don't have to fit into that mold that society created. Stop. So the next one, the album is called 28 featuring NiiHWA, NiiHWA. I'm so sorry, I wish I knew how to say that. But is he talking about being 28 years old? Because bitch, we're here too. Knock, knock, knocking on that door. We walked in it already, actually. The direct translation of the Korean title is Perhaps I'm Gradually Becoming an Adult. So this is about him growing up. I feel like he's about to read me. We're the same like age. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I love that. Oh my, are you kidding? This album is full of such sonically different sounds and songs. Like this one right here is like one of my favorites to hear on this album sonically. It just got me like, like I just love how slow and simple it is and how he's just dominating the beat with his voice and like it just blends so perfectly though. Oh my god, I love this one. The lyrics say, I grow older and become to know the world, and yet would it have been better to not know the world? Bitch, same question here, okay? Social media lets us know way too much about what's happening in the world. I think about that a lot. Looking at the night view that is completely different from inside of the room with lights off. The words that I murmured, perhaps I'm gradually becoming an adult. I can't remember what are the things that I hope for. Now I'm scared. Where did the fragments of my dream go? It says, though I'm breathing, it feels like my heart is broken down. Yeah, to talk about now, it's about becoming an adult who finds it only overwhelming to grasp onto a dream. I'm becoming an adult. Okay. He says, I thought I'd change when I turned 20. I thought I'd change when I graduated. Shit like that when I became 30. Yeah, so what changed with me? I love this because he's like, I did the same thing where like we're gonna feel so different when we're 18, when we're 21, when we're 30, when we graduate, when we get a job, when we move. But we're always the same person and we always adjust to those situations and become the same us again. So I love that. So he says, sometimes tears suddenly pour down with no reason. The life I wished for, life I wanted, a so-so life. And that's a reference I don't want to get into because I haven't heard that yet. Whatever it is doesn't matter anymore. For just one day without any concerns, for just one day without any worries, to live, to live, to live. Let's keep going. Okay, so obviously y'all saw that I read those lyrics way too fast, and it is now obvious that I was not reading them earlier. I was freaking out the first listen, and I wasn't reading the lyrics because my brain couldn't function. So I read a little bit ahead of the lyrics, so sorry about that. But I really liked it. I like this guy with Suga's voice. They blend so well together. I'm liking that. Who are you, sir? Tell me a little more, sir. I think I went over the lyrics, so. But I do love the fact that he was just saying, as I get older, things are gonna keep staying the same. I'm gonna keep saying things will change when I keep getting older. But he's like, I'm becoming adult, finds it overwhelming to grasp onto a dream. And he's forgetting his dreams of the childhood too. So, you know, I'm even forgetting all these memories from my childhood growing up. And that scares the shit out of me. I get it. We are about to go over number 6. This one is called Burn It, featuring Max. And okay, Max, you look like you can get it as well with your little mohawk self. Let's do this. Lighter? I feel it's like Lil Wayne. Oh.
I see the ashes falling out your window.
Oh, I like him.
So burn it till it's all gone. Yeah, burn it. I run it. 돌아가보자고 지난 날 나를 파괴하던 시간과 지난 날 가장 깊은 곳 밑바닥까지 남김없이 더 타겠지 불을 붙여 뭐 다만 남을지도 모르지 아님 그대로 올지.
Okay, alright, I know I just was really getting into that there, but let's go over those lyrics. So, oh boy Max comes in and says, I see the ashes falling out your window. There's someone in the mirror that you don't know. And everything was all wrong, so burn it till it's all gone. And Suga says, yeah, burn it. The sound within me, yeah, burn it. I want it. Woo! Then Suga says, let's go back to the past days, to the times that destroyed me. And I was like, oh, we're about to get a story time, bitch, story time. To the life that was possessed by jealousy, loathing, inferiority, Hans. Hans is a uniquely Korean concept of emotion that is a mix of sorrow, nostalgia, anger, pain, and hope. It is a reoccurring concept implicitly and explicitly throughout BTS's discography, and most notably in Agust D, the last. Ooh, I remember that. I remember that word, Han Solo. After having a taste of success, how am I different from the me back then? Well, there's no big difference. Let burn the past me. I'd probably completely burn to the bottom of the deepest places again. Fire it up harder. I wonder what will remain in the end. I don't know. After burning it all off, maybe one day the ashes will remain, or maybe it will remain the same. I don't really know. I'm trying to think. Okay, so he's like saying, I'm gonna burn. My ashes will be here. There's no real difference. I'm really kind of getting confused by this one. So he's just talking about his old past life and he's burning the past, basically. He's being like, we're starting over a new me, but those ashes maybe will always be there. And then again, if I do have this big phoenix moment out of the ashes, will there be any change at all?
And everything was all wrong, yeah.
Tell him.
So burn it till it's all gone. Yeah, burn it. Yeah, burn it. I run it. burn it. 가장 깊은 곳에 너를 마주하지 이 친구 것들은 마저 숨기는 어쩌면 그래 그것들을 빌미로 열정을 강요받는 것은 나는 조심이란 단어를 조심하길 바래. Don't be afraid. 언제나 선택과 결정은 너의 목화가 마음 포기도 안 용기 힘을 잃지 말게.
Okay. So the next verse comes in and says, burn it, yeah, burn it. I face you in the deepest place. The weakness, hatred, loathing, and even rage. Them too are rather futile. Perhaps they are, yeah, just a mirage. Perhaps, yeah, those are used as a hostage to pressure you to be passionate. Be careful of the word beginner's mindset. Don't be afraid. So he's saying like maybe he's regretting not going for it earlier. Maybe it's just saying like it's giving you the pressure to be passionate. Don't have a beginner's mindset. Just go for it. Don't be like, I'm a beginner, I don't know what I'm doing. Like you walk in that room and you say, hey, I'm a musician. You walk in that room and you say, hey, I'm a YouTuber. You know, like have that kind of confidence. Maybe. I don't know. He says, fire it up. Whatever it is, yeah, bastard, light the fire. You of the past, you of the present, whoever it is, bastard, light the fire. Whether it would become a blazing sun or the ashes left behind after being burnt, always the choice and decision is yours to make. I hope you don't forget that giving up decisively also counts as courage. I love that. So Suga said on a radio interview, basically, I don't know what circumstances you were in, but I think you must have had tremendous courage. Giving something up decisively takes a lot of courage and you've worked hard. So he's also saying if you do give something up, like don't feel bad because that takes courage too. And now I'm like, Suga, you was inspiring me to put my music out, but now all of a sudden you like, it's cool to give it up too. It's fine. Mixed signals. What do I do? I love this though. This one's like an inspirational too, but just like don't feel bad for whatever choice you make. Is always up to you, and you have to live with your choices. Kind of thing.
There's someone in the mirror that you don't know, and everything was all wrong. Yeah, burn it. Yeah, burn it. I
Want it. Okay, so that was number 6, Burn It. I liked it. I really like how they have an English chorus on there too. Not that there should be, but I just like how I can actually sing it now and not have to be fearful of not pronouncing it correctly. So that automatically wins us some points on that. And if he's producing all of these, then like, Suga, you are a genius. You know this, but the world, I went on Spotify to see if this album will come up in the Spotify new release that I check every week for New Music Friday, which I skipped this week. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, Ariana. Sorry, Lady Gaga. But listen, it wasn't there. And I'm like, how effed up is that? We would love this if we just gave it a chance, and we don't even, don't get me started, y'all. Don't get me started. Okay, so the next song on the album is called People, number 7. Oh yeah, okay. It's like my childhood, like Rugrats.
손대봐라 스쳐가는 사람
Love this beat.
나는 좋은 사람 나는 나쁜 사람
Good, I promise.
평가는 가지각색 그냥 나로 살아 Why so serious? Why so serious? Why so serious?
Okay, wait, I gotta pause it. We gotta talk about this because this beat is amazing. Suga is singing. Suga is telling me what I need to hear. Those voices in the background that are like, why so serious? And then he says, This is too much. I'm going crazy. Suga says in the beginning, yeah, gentle breeze. One that brushes past. One that soaks into my heart. So in Converse High, there's a line that goes, if brushed, it's meant to be. If soaked into, it's love, someone said. But perhaps I've already been colored by you. Oh. You're soaking in my heart, baby. I love it. What kind of person am I? Am I a good person or a bad person? The assessments are all different. I'm just a person too. So you're a good person. Don't even question it, okay? Dumb bitch. Love you. It says everyone would live on. Everyone would love. Everyone would fade away and be forgotten. People change like I have. Living a life in the world, there's nothing that lasts forever. Everything is just a happening that passes by. So it is true. We're all going to fade away. We're all going to die and everybody's going to forget about us unless we construct huge pyramids in the middle of the desert. Other than that, sorry, nobody's gonna really remember us in 1,000 years. So it's like everything's gonna pass. So like, what's the point? Is that kind of what I'm getting? But he says, why so serious? Why so serious? Why so serious? I'm so serious. I'm so serious. He says, what about it? If you brush past, what about it? What about it? If you get hurt, what about it? It's like, cause it's it didn't matter in the long run. Stop bringing out. And singing Suga like.
물이 흘러가는 대로 흘러가 저기 끝이 뭐가 있을지도 특별한 삶 평범한 삶 그나름 극적인 상황들의 반복은 삶을 지치게도 해 사람들이 그런 거지 사람들은 변하지 너도 변했듯이 세상사 너의 평범함은 되려 나의 특별함.
Okay, so we need to finish talking about what he was saying. I'm loving this beat. I'm loving him talking on here. I'm loving his singing voice. I'm loving his rapping voice. All the voices that have coming out of that pipe hole. He says, sometimes you might be in pain again. Sometimes you might get upset and shed tears. What about it? If you live like that, what about it? It's fine. Then the next verse comes in and says, flow along the way the water flows. Maybe there's something at the end. An extraordinary life, an ordinary life, each of them on their own. It's all good. It's all good. So life may take you different places and we don't know where we're going to get, but either way, it's all good. Don't worry. Y'all gotta hear that, right? So it says, it doesn't always go as planned. Everyone puts up with the inconvenience. The repetition of dramatic situations sometimes makes life tiring. People are like that. So it's like going to the same job every day, having the same stresses and stuff can really wear people out. When it's not there, you wish it was. When it is there, you wish it's not. Who said that humans are the animals of wisdom? To my eyes, it's certain that they are the animals of regret. We are the only animals that can think about and really understand what regret is and mistakes and stuff like that. So, loving that little lesson we have on animology. Not what it's called. People change like you have. Living a life in the world, there's nothing that lasts forever. Everything is just happening that passes by. Your being ordinary is rather my being extraordinary. You are being my extraordinary is rather my being ordinary, which I loved that part so much. So let's go ahead and just finish it out. I don't think there's much more left and we'll finish those lyrics. That's it. Alright, so that was the next one, People, which I really love too, because it's like we will all keep passing by. We are all gonna die and nobody will remember us. Okay, deal with that. Alright, so the next one on the album is called Honsool. I'm not sure what that means, but let's see. So it says, note, pronounced Honsool is abbreviation referring to the alcohol that one drinks alone or the activity of drinking alone. They have such creative words in Korea. I love this. It emerged from a recent trend in Korea, eating and drinking alone, representing the growth of individualism in society. It's considered as a way to relax and recharge oneself by having some alone time away from others and work social obligations. Yeah, because we're always so up to date with everything with our social media. It's good to just be with your own mind. And I feel like that's what editing is for me and all this. Anyway, let's see if we're gonna drink ourselves silly tonight. Okay, weirdness. No, my shoulder, I can't stop it.
오늘도 하루 위가 마치고 바로 귀가 방문을 들어서면은 온전히 나를 마주하는 시간 고단한 하루 일과는 어찌어찌 해내고 골박해지는 일정은 일주일에 응세냈죠 I don't care
Okay, sorry, we've listening to way too much. There's a good long introduction in there. I love that build up at the beginning. It really set this mood of this kind of darkness. As I guess, it kind of gets a little bit darker when he starts singing, but he says, "Today as well, I finished the work for the day and come home right away. Stepping into the room is the time that I fully face myself. The room that is filled with silence after finishing a shower. I detoxify myself with alcohol. Perhaps it's the alcohol that puts a period at the end of my day that is blurry in my memory." So he's like, you can forget it all. You've been through such a stressed, hard time. The best thing to do is to go get drunk at home on your couch. And he said in the song, you know, now I'm feeling like I'm flying. I bet that's him kind of being like, I'm drunk. And it feels kind of like you're drunk in that moment. Imagine being like plastered, shit-faced and listening to that part of the song. You'd be like, hi, hi, hi. Let's keep going. I somehow finished the exhausting work of the day. There are 3 to 4 days in a week with taxing schedules. I'll just drink adequately and sleep. The sleep is not coming to me anyway. I'll just worry about tomorrow's work tomorrow. Fuck it, I don't care. I get it, girl. I get it, girl. Put it off to tomorrow. Procrastinators unite. No, honestly, this is kind of sad, and this is the shit that we all really go through, so.
난 먹게 되네 뭐 집어넣으면 토할 것 같아서 시기가 올라오니까 솔직히 접어져 내 삶에 관해서 슈퍼스타가 되면 매일 파티를 하며 사는 중 이상은 현실의 뒤통수를 시원하게 갈기는 중 저런 너도 하루를 번져내는 거지
So I've done a little thinking through that chorus. I would just been like, really in my head. So he says, I don't really reach for snacks because I feel like I throw up if I did. Since it's getting to my head, let's be honest about my life. So in the lyric video version, he says, since I'm getting drunk, let's be real, basically. And I was like, Suga, open up. And he said, oh yeah, money, fame, wealth, trophies, and stadiums. Sometimes I get scared of them and want to run away. And then I started thinking about like all the sadness and how true that has to be. I'm so scared to like put any of my stuff out there. Imagine every move you make being documented and watched. Like I can't even imagine. Like it just makes you feel bad for being so supportive and so in love, but then also it's like, ugh, I don't know. I thought I'd party every day when I became a superstar, but the ideal is slapping the reality in the back of its head. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. Tomorrow will come and go again. I, who's like this, and you, who's like that, we just endure through the day, I guess. Okay, so I think the song's actually over. Let's finish it out and see. Okay, so that was Honsool. I loved it. I love it because every person on the earth can pretty much relate to it. It didn't have to be alcohol, but there's something that has to take our mind off of coming home every day and reliving all the stresses and the craziness of work that we've gone through. And it's just really real. That like he's putting that into a song, which not many people do. And I really love that about Suga. He's not scared to talk about his real personal feelings or how he's feeling and how the world's feeling, and they're too scared to say it. Which like I can give him props there. Like that's my boy. Okay, so we're getting close to the end, y'all. This album has been insane. The production on this is like it's top notch, next level from his first one, y'all. So the next one is called Interlude, Set Me Free. I wonder if it's gonna be talking or if it's gonna be. It's not a skit, so they must be like actual words. Let's see. Set me free, yeah. Mac Miller, this is what I'm feeling. Okay, so I'm getting so many references. I know I shouted it, but Mac Miller references. I'm feeling that so much. And just when he's saying that, Post Malone. Like, I know that they said that they like Post Malone, so I feel like he's getting a lot of heavy influences from that, from Post Malone, and maybe even Mac Miller. Does he have any ties to Mac Miller? I know BTS has ties to everybody, but are they fans of Mac? Because I love Mac so much, and it just reminded me of him. So let's keep going, though. We'll go to the lyrics after. Set me free. was unlike anything I've ever heard from BTS so far, or specifically from Suga. That was so unique to the style that he normally brings. I'm like, still in shock about it. I'm a little bit jaw-dropped. I don't understand what I just witnessed. Let me go over these lyrics real quick, because there's not many, but they are deep. They say, set me free, knowing that I won't go the way I want. Set me free, knowing that it's not what I want. Set me free, I'm floating freely in the void. Set me free, these days I feel melancholy for no obvious reason. One day I crawl on the floor, on another day I feel high in the sky. Why? So he's really kind of talking how he has his high highs and his low lows, and I get there. A lot of the time I'm like, why do I even do this? Other times I'm like, I am unstoppable. I will make 15 million videos in a row and no one can stop me. You know, but I get it. It's just different days, different feelings. And the way he's describing it matched with his beat, it really does feel like you're floating through that void that he's talking about. Good job, Suga. So that was the number 9 interlude, Set Me Free, and there's just one more left. So the last song on the album, number 10, is called Dear My Friend with JW of NELL. Okay, interesting. And a lot of features on here. I like that. Dear My Friend. This is gonna be cute, right? Hey, yeah. Oh, yeah.
아직도 여전히 가는 그립고 또 그립네 아니 그때 너를 막았다면 아직도 어땠을까 Dear my friend 어떻게 지내니 넌난 모자 지내하다 싶어 뭐 여전히 기억해 함께였었던 지난 날 빌딩으로 함께 놀러갔었던 우리 시간 갔어 그때 기억나 신사였나 둘이서 소주를 기울이며 나눴던 우리들과 세상을 갑작스러웠었던 연락 두절 한참이 지난 뒤 모르는 번호로 왔었던 너의 부모님 아니야 너 너무
Okay, so he's like telling a story, like a love story or some kind of thing here, which I'm loving. And so let's start with the chorus. It says, still as ever, I miss you and I miss you. Still as ever, the memories of us together circle around me. Maybe if I had held you back then, no. If I had stopped you back then, still as ever, would we have remained as friends? What would it have been like? The official translation for the song title is What Would It Have Been Like? And so it's kind of saying, what would it have been like if it would have been more than friends? Out the friend zone, did something more. But then Suga comes in and says, Dear my friend, how you doing? I'm doing well, as you probably know. Yeah. Dear my friend, I'll be honest with you, I still hate you. I still remember the old days when we were together. Our times when we went to Daegu together to hang out. Countless days with the two of us, even the world is nothing to be afraid of. We, who used to say so, now walk on completely different paths. Damn. So I didn't realize he said I hate you up in there. But so is this a good letter or a sad letter? Maybe it's just about actual friends and not a relationship, like I was thinking. But maybe like they went on 2 different paths. I don't know who this is about, and Dilsa's not telling me. Dilsa, help me. Help me. He says, do you remember then? It was maybe in Sensa, the conversation we had over soju, the ambition we had that we would eat the world alive. We who had big dreams were young and were only 20. You going out of contact all of a sudden, a while later, after getting a call from an unknown number, a short call from your parents, I run to you immediately, sole detention sitter, and Yang felt so far. Oh my gosh, okay, so y'all were on the same path together, and he made the wrong choices in life, whoever this friend was, and went down the wrong path, and Suga's like, damn, we could have been together still. We chose such different paths. Okay, let's keep going because now I'm interested to know what happens.
네가 싫다 이 말을 하는 이 순간조차 난 네가 그립다 너의 찰판 날과 너의 출소 날 눈이 펑펑 얼어겨 힘들고 똑똑히 기억나 널 욕을 했네 유일한 친구였던 너를 되돌릴 방법은 없고 너는 괴물이 되어버렸네 내가 알던 넌 없어 우리가 변한 건 이런 시간 때문이 아닌 걸 넌
That's so sad. I'm like picturing the entire thing. He's doing such a good job at describing this picture. He says, would it be me that you've changed or I've changed? I hate even the time that is passing right now. I guess it's us that have changed. Hey, I hate you. Hey, I resent you. Hey, even at this moment, as I say this, I missed you. Sorry, I don't want to keep going. This is spring day. I don't know anything about that. The trip to Seoul Detention Center that I went every week, a long 3-hour road trip I went on by myself. Your trial day, your release day. I remember vividly the white tofu in a winter day with a lot of snow falling. So it says, note, in Korea, when someone gets out of jail, friends and family would hand them a fresh block of tofu to eat. The reasons are tofu is white and therefore symbolizes rehabilitation. Prisoners are fed rice and beans in jail. Tofu, which is a new form of food made of beans, therefore symbolizes rehab. Tofu is nutritious and can help prisoners who might be suffering malnutrition too. So, and when I saw first time in a while, you had become a completely different person. With drowsy eyes, you asked me if I wanted to try. Given the context, star means some type of drugs, and the video said meth, I don't know. I got infuriated and cursed at you. Like, you just got out of jail, bitch. How are you going to do this again? There was no way to bring you, who was only my friend, back, and you became a monster. There's no you that I used to know. There's no me who used to know you. I know that it's not just because of the time that we've changed. There's no me that you used to know. There's no you who I used to know. It's not because of the time we've changed. It's all so transient. Let's keep going. This is so sad. I feel so bad. Who is this person? Okay, so that was Dear My Friend, the last song of the album. Thank you so much, by the way, to Zaddy Farhani for all of these color-coded lyrics. You have been amazing. Also, that was sad. But this entire album was so good. Okay, guys, we have officially gone through D-2. We are mind blown. This weekend has been filled with nothing but Suga being sugary sweet and sad and angry and happy and reminiscent and all the above emotions. And he's brought us along on those journeys every time. And I'm so glad I got to see this. Now, I will be watching the music video directly after this right now, but it'll be coming in a video later because I got already hours of footage to edit. So it'll be coming after that. But I promise I'm about to watch that, y'all. I'm so excited. Okay, we did it. The first and the second mixtapes from Suga is checked off. My life has changed. I'm a different person. I can officially die happy. With that being said, guys, if you like this video, make sure you click the thumbs up down below. Also, comment down what your favorite song on here is. I actually can't pick. I have to go listen a couple more times. I know I always say my favorites and then they change. So, like, I'll update y'all. Promise. Also, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click the notification bell to be updated with all my new videos. Also, if you want to see the unedited version of this, you can watch that on Patreon. And thank you to all my patrons. I love y'all so much. With that being said, I'm about to go watch this music video, I think, and get to editing. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Mine's been memorable. So with that being said, bye guys.